from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy.
Okay, today, let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. So we're down to the last 2 nights of The Bachelor. Last night was night number 1, and then tonight is the final. Did you watch The Bachelor last night? Yes. Okay. I watched. And here's the thing. I'm upset with Hannah G. And here's why, and you might not agree with me. This is a woman who had, all right, to me, it takes 3 months to fall in love with somebody, and it takes 3 months then to fall out of love with the same person if all you've had is a short amount of time on a TV show called The Bachelor, you know? And he gave her the first rose, you remember in the very beginning of this season, the promised rose, and you know, they had that word home, you remind me of home, is what he always told her and everything. And he's crying and she's crying. And I was pissed last night at you, Hannah, because why would you give this man so much rhythm, so many feelings? You're over there crying. I wouldn't have hugged him. I wouldn't have wanted to sit next to him. I'd have been telling Chris, the host, shut up. I would have been telling the audience, the live audience who, you know, they feel for The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, you know, stop clapping for him. He's no good. I don't want him. I got a new boyfriend, a new life, or whatever. Even if she doesn't have a new boyfriend, you know, she said, one thing that she did say that I thought was really smart, she said that she learned a lot from being on the show. She learned a lot about herself, about her own resiliency, and about life, you know, and her closeness with her father, who, you know, she's very close with her family. You know, Colton, I don't know what we're gonna see tonight, but here's what I'm imagining. It's gonna be the 1 hour, you know, that they taped with Colton and his parents. Colton's gonna go back home. Remember, he's the virgin bachelor NFL player. He's gonna go back home to his parents and his family, and they're all going to be talking to him, no doubt, about go chase your girl. You know, the one that he wanted to be, but he kicked off. What was her name again?
What's her name? Cassie.
Cassie. Go chase Cassie, go chase Cassie. So the first hour is probably gonna be him getting the coaching talk. And then the second hour is probably gonna be him chasing Cassie. And Cassie will probably give in, and then they'll get married, and then they'll get a spin-off, and then don't you see what's going on? They've got us hypnotized. They've got us. By the way, here's an old picture of Colton. It surfaced. He actually showed. Well, now, keep in mind, he's 6'5", so he was tall back then, and this is the 80s. Those kind of suits were popular, and yeah, he does look dorky, but wouldn't you rather look dorky young than dorky old? You know what I mean? As soon as I saw the picture, by the way, I immediately thought that this looked like the billionaire that was engaged to Mariah Carey. Him, right? Right? Just saying. So if you're with me, then you'll be watching part 2 of The Bachelor tonight on ABC. You know, I love Naomi Campbell, but she's 48 years old now, and she's dating this 25-year-old singer from One Direction. His name is Liam Payne. Okay. 45, and 48 and 25. 48 and 25. Okay. Now, I don't know her dating type. She dates a lot of different guys her age, older than her, and I would imagine younger than her too. She's been around for a very long time. Naomi and Liam were recently spotted at dinner, and this was last month, trying to play it off like they're not together, but when you're on a date and you're sitting right next to each other, trying to play it, this looks like a try to play off to me. And over the weekend they were spotted. They both attended an auto racing event, but they insisted, it was in Hong Kong, they insisted on taking pictures separately. Now you know. And then behind the scenes of this auto racing event, people were saying that they couldn't take their hands off each other, like they're making out and feeling each other up and stuff. Yeah, that's what you do. So Naomi also was recently asked about Liam on a talk show, and well, look at her response.
There's been a lot of headlines recently, Naomi, connecting you to Mr. Liam Payne, formerly of One Direction.
And?
Any truth to these rumours?
I've never discussed my personal life.
Here's the deal. To me, that was the look of love, the look of, yes, we have something going on. She was being tight-lipped about it. And here's what I think, and I was one of the only people in our Hot Topics morning meeting who felt this way. I feel like she's not using this guy because he's young, and I also don't feel like he's using her because he's old or because he's young. Let me tell you about him first. All right, at 25, he's got a child with a 35-year-old woman, right? The actress,
Singer Cheryl Cole.
Singer Cheryl Cole, she's 35. They got a 1-year-old son. So if he's from One Direction, that means show business, that means traveling the world, you know, being with all kinds of girls. His 25, technically showbiz age, is probably 35. Now and by the way, he has a history of dating older women. Cheryl Cole was not the first one, which means that 35 now turns to 40, you know, because you relate to older women. And now that he has a child, a 1-year-old son, that 40 is now 48. So, if you do Wendy math, then they're both, he and Naomi are the same age. And regarding Naomi, my thought is that, you know, she was a girl running around Jamaica. You know, she's Jamaican, running around Jamaica. She wasn't famous. All of a sudden, she gets scouted. Next thing you know, she's on the cover of everything. Her entire life has been in front of all of us, looking gorgeous. Her constant companion, her only constant companion in her life that we know of, is her mom, Valerie, who's equally as beautiful as Naomi, I might add. But, you know, there comes a time in everyone's life, not just a man, but a woman, and particularly a woman, where you kind of want to settle down. It doesn't mean marriage. Marriage isn't for everyone. But it certainly means a partner and a baby. Something. I mean, her age group already did that, running around town, dating everybody. You know, she was running around with Cindy Crawford and you know, those girls from that era. That was my era, you know, running around together, lighting the world on fire, doing, and we all wanted to be like them. We all wanted their social lives. We did. They're on yachts. They know real princes by first name. Real princesses are on a first name basis. They're dating wealthy men beyond their belief. They never have to spend their own money, and they're constantly told they look beautiful. And even on days when they don't, they've got experts to fix them up so they look beautiful. You know what I mean? But now at 48, my thought is Naomi is not using this guy. Naomi probably really thinks that somehow this could work and this could be a real relationship. I feel like Naomi is one of these older women who's out here looking at people settle down and saying, oh, this dating around thing. I mean, every time she goes on a yacht, it's the same routine. Here comes Naomi. Who is she going to leave with tonight? And I don't mean that in a slutty way. I mean that in my heart. You know, she's a little older now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not like, you know, at her age, if she settled down with somebody, that they'd have to spend every single moment together, because you get used to your own ways. As a model, she can spend plenty of time away from her presumed billionaire, in my head, you know, husband. And she's 48, she can have a baby, you know, consult the doctor, get something done, have a baby, and go on with her life. Her mother's there and everything like that. Well, good luck, Naomi. And 48's not so old. Is there anybody, I'm 54, I always say my age. I think age is just a number, but I also think it's relative to where you are and what you're doing in life. Is there anybody here who is 65? Clap your hand. Okay, I would like you to stand up. And I would like our shady cameramen, and they're not being, I just call them that. I want them to look at both of you. Very nice and very nice. These are two natural 65-year-old women. Well, yes, thank you for coming to the show today. Thanks, you can sit down. Yeah. Well, this Christy Brinkley, she's 65 also. And I know, what? I know. She's 65 and she agrees with me that age is nothing but a number and that we should all ignore it. I don't think you should ignore it. I think you should pay attention to it, but it's really nothing but a number in the bigger scheme of things. By the way, you know that thing that I do where I cry but I don't wipe my tears? And I always tell you, because the tears are natural from your body and they soak into your skin, and then you're getting a natural facial. Don't rub, don't soak, it causes wrinkles. Do you know where I got that from? Christy Brinkley. Yeah. She was when I did Dancing with the Stars, she was one of my friends. I knew her for a long time, even before that. She's got this big mansion. She lives a really charmed life. But, you know, a lot of crying for Dancing with the Stars. Christy, what do I do? And I got ready to wipe, and she says, Wendy, don't wipe. I said, why? And then she explained, you know, the enzymes in your natural tears and stuff. So anyway, look, I don't know that you'll look like this at 65. But anything is worth a shot. Would you look at this? And, you know, the inside is still the same, although her insides might be a lot different than us. She's never eaten meat in her life. I know, and she grew up in Texas. She doesn't eat bacon, not even turkey bacon. She told me, Wendy, I eat nothing with eyes. Nothing with a mother. And she sticks to that. She's really into that. And whatever supplements and stuff she takes, it's working. And I don't know whether there's any Hollywood magic going on, if you know what I'm saying. But she looks, geez, right? Good for you, Christy. And happy 65th birthday. Wow. Wow. Mm-hmm. Did you guys hear about this Russell Westbrook? Okay, he plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I've never heard of them either. I don't follow the sports unless they intersect with hot topics. So here we go. All right. Apparently he got into this nasty altercation with a Utah Jazz fan and his wife. This all happened last night. Well, I thought basketball season was over. Apparently it's not. I mean, the daylight savings time is here. Baseball is already, you know, started something. When is basketball? When do they go away?
Summer.
Well, Russell, everybody, believes that a fan of his yelled, "Get down on your knees like you used to." Now, when I heard that, I thought that was a homophobic slur. Russell interpreted it as a racist slur, like slavery. Well, it turns out that's not what the fan said at all. Russell was wearing ice packs on his knees, and the fan said, And he corrected this when the news went up to the fan. The fan corrected it. Sit down and ice your knees. Does that sound like, get down? Well, look, it's very loud in stadiums. The players are right there. The hecklers are right there. The fans are right there. Who knows who heard what? But Russell responded, and it was caught on video. Take a look.
I promise you. I'm playing. I swear to God. You and your wife. You up.
What a story. Then you inject domestic violence. No, he says, look, this is what he says. Well, he says that he would never hit a woman. You know, he was just caught up in the moment. And the fan, by the way, this is a fan that is a hater of Russell Westbrook's. And this fan is known on the internet for always saying not so nice things about Russell Westbrook. So this fan was at that game, a fan of the Utah Jazz. And so he saw his opportunity. And, you know, not for nothing, basketball players, sometimes you guys get really sensitive. I gotta tell you something. It's the only sport where you were sitting right there as a fan. You know, if you got good seats, your feet are on the same hardwood that they're playing on. You catch the ball and throw it back to them. And you pay a lot of money for those seats. And that money that you're paying for those seats as a fan is the money that's paying your $88 million salary, Russell. Just saying. And they say by the end of this basketball season, Russell is going to be
Yeah, by the end of his contract, he's going to be like one of the richest athletes in America.
How do you know basketball?
Google.
Well, Russell feels that it was wrong because there's no protection for the players, but that's how basketball has been set up all these years, you know, where the players are right there. The Utah Jazz released a statement saying the incident is under investigation. We do have a statement, though, from the heckler, don't we? Yeah. All right, let's play that statement from the heckler. I'd like to hear it.
Initially, I was like, oh, I'm talking with Westbrook, you know? I mean, the guy's one of the greats, but he's also classless. I don't care. He can threaten me all he wants. I was the one talking to him. But don't threaten a woman. She's 5 feet tall and 110 pounds, man.
There is no winner in this, except for maybe Russell, because he's got all the money, you know, at the end of the day. And as far as anger, look, I'm not sure that I believe that anger is something that you can't manage. I'm not sure, you know. I know people who are angry by nature. And for people who are angry by nature, just stay out of situations where you're going to be caught up in a situation for an extended period of time where your anger might bust open. For the purpose of this, Russell, you're out there playing. The heckler is heckling. He's going back home to his regular life. And you're going back home to the mansion. And your beautiful life. Yeah, well, whatever. Did you hear about this guy from New Jersey? He might be the luckiest man alive. Okay, his name is Mike Worski, and he won $273 million, yes, in the lottery. So here's what happened. Apparently, he bought this lottery ticket at a 7-Eleven in Jersey. And then he lost the lottery ticket, he dropped it in the parking lot. And then, it gets better. And then a stranger in the parking lot picked up the ticket and brought it back inside and gave it to the owner of the 7-Eleven and said, hold this for this guy, you know, he dropped his ticket. Yeah. Well, it turns out this guy, Mike, won. So, you know, the 7-Eleven does get their piece of the pie. Whenever, you know, establishments sell a lottery ticket, they always get a big piece. I suspect this guy, he seems like a really nice gentleman, you know, very mild-mannered. He'll probably give the 7-Eleven owner $1 million just, you know, just because. He probably will. I mean, $1 million. This is money this man never thought he'd had, and he hasn't been employed. Oh, yes, it gets better. So he's got this ex-wife. She's only been an ex since October. I know, right? But she supported him through their 15-year marriage. She's got the receipts. And she pays him spousal support since October, since they've been divorced. And you know what about her, which I love? She still wants nothing to do with him. Right? Right? I mean, talk about living your life by your own principle. That's really something else. I mean, that is really something special. I like her. I don't even know her. I like her. So, when asked if she expected him to give her any of the money, she said, how long did I support him? I had to give him a lot of money in the divorce. You tell me, what's the moral thing to do? So she didn't say she wanted money, but she also said she didn't want money. She just left it open. But you know what? This is a woman who doesn't want the money. If she didn't want the money, she wouldn't have made the statement. Or excuse me, if she wanted the money, she wouldn't have made the statement. I suspect that this guy, by the way, he gets a lump sum payout of $162 million. A lump sum payout. So $1 million for the guy at the 7-Eleven as an extra bonus. And why not give the wife $5 million plus the unemployment that she'd been paying for you all that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. The no good lawyers of New Jersey right now are probably looking at him like a good porterhouse steak, like, wow. Mike, hold on to your money because I suspect that you might not have much of it left this time next year. Hold on to your money. Yeah. So, when I was off, one of my friends, Jerry O'Connell, you know, he was here, he filled in for me. Came through the double doors and turned the mother out. And a lot of you all were saying to me, Wendy, why don't you do something with Jerry? Why don't you do something with that? Well, why don't you relax? I am doing something with Jerry. Oh, please. You guys, it was already in the works. Why do you think when I needed him, he came? It was already in the works. Me and Jerry are La Familia. See, Jerry will have a new daytime talk show starting this summer on Fox stations for 3 weeks. And so this starts on August 12th, and we'll see where it goes. Good luck, Jerry, and welcome to the family. Yeah. You know what today is? National Girl Scout Day. On my honor, I was a Girl Scout from brownies all the way up to senior. Oh! There I am, looking very disinterested. Another thing that my parents made me do, because it looks good on your college resume, and it makes people look at you like a decent person. If you don't get such good grades, and if you're a little fluffy and insecure, that was me, all of the above. Shout out to Colton the Bachelor. We've all got those pictures. You know, then being a Girl Scout was like one of the best things I could have done. And you know, Girl Scouts teach girls how to be confident and be courageous and do anything that they want in life, or at least they teach you how to fake it until you can make it. And I want to shout out to Mrs. Sokolow for pinning me. Her daughter, Cindy Sokolow, was in my grade, and we were all in the same troop. Anyway, one way to support the Girl Scouts, and you can benefit too, is by buying the cookies. So, I've invited some local Girl Scouts. Once a Girl Scout, always a Girl Scout, so I'm still a Scout. Come on out, sisters. Oh, nice. Nice, there you go. What a mess. Hi. Nice. I don't know what your favorite Girl Scout cookie is. I love them all, but my very, 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 very favorite is the Samoan. Do you like the Samoan? Ooh. So shout out to all the Girl Scouts. Happy Girl Scout Day. And for everybody in our studio audience, co-hosts, enjoy your Girl Scout cookies. You're all getting a box. And we've got more great show for you. fitness guru Shaun T is here. But up next from the Today Show, my friend Hoda Kotb is on the couch. So grab a snack.